Live better and longer with the Fitzness Show, hosted by fitness expert, author, and TV personality Fitz Kohler. She'll tell you why diets are dumb, supplements are snake oil, and the truth about how you can earn a lean, hard, pain-free, and athletic body. Now for our favorite bossy blonde, Fitz Kohler.
It's a Fitzy Mini. It's so cute. Hi, team. I'm Fitz Kohler, your super bossy fitness pro from fitzness.com, and welcome to the Fitzness Show. This one's just a little poke in the chest to get you to do better and be better. And my poke for the day is that football should make you fitter, not fatter. That's right. Let's start with the fact that football is a sport. It's a fitness activity. It is designed for fun and for getting people up and moving, not getting people to sit down and eat lots of garbage as quickly as possible. It's just the intention of football, remember, is a sport. So let's start there. And you don't have to look so far to see what football has done to many of its spectators. I mean, I'm not blaming the sport because I love the sport, but people have the season show up on their door. That's right. It's August. It's September. It's time for me to sit down for hours on end. And it's time for me to drink as much as possible and eat all the wrong things. That's football. No, that's not football. In fact, Pat Mahomes would be super cranky to know that you were using all of his serious athleticism to make yourself worse. You just wouldn't like it. In fact, I called Pat the other day and I said, what do you think about this? He said, dude, stop with the beer bellies. Stop with the beer bellies. Us NFL guys, those athletes should be inspiring you to do better, not do worse. And so, yeah, we can't blame it on football. In fact, our spectator behavior just has to improve. And so let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Whether it's football or any sport you love, if you love the sport, maybe play the sport. Maybe if you love football so much, if it means so much to you and you have the jersey and the hat and all the things, you got the bumper sticker, perhaps you could actually play. I mean, golly, there's probably a flag football league in every town in America. I don't know what your fitness level is, but I bet you could probably show up and play or do something with the team, right? Just start slow. Don't tell them you're a ringer. Just show up and go have some fun. Maybe you could be the quarterback. It's a little less running. I don't think they're tackling in flag. In fact, I'm pretty sure they're not. Anywho, you could play the sport. You could play on a real team. Or get this. Brace yourself. It's coming with the big pointers. You could buy a football. And then you can go in your front yard or your backyard or on the porch or at the park. You can go in all sorts of places and you can throw the football. You could do that even if you're not really good at it. If you don't have a tight spiral, fine. Who cares? You're throwing the football. But I love throwing a football. I bet you would have a good time if you could get a friend, maybe another football fan, and say, let's go throw the ball. They may think you're weird at first, but if you get them out, then they may think you're awesome. If you have children, sons or daughters, throw the football. Maybe you can run some little plays. Maybe you have a little Heisman Trophy winner, a future Heisman Trophy winner living under your roof. They just need you to step outdoors and teach them how to play. So if it's going to be a football Saturday or football Sunday or Monday night or Thursday night, whatevs, get out there and throw the football. That could be part of your routine. That could be part of your football tradition. We always play football. That's what you do, right? So start there. And then if you're going to be a fan, you're going to watch the game. Well, if you're at home, perhaps you could watch the game on your treadmill or your elliptical or on your stationary bike. If you've got some cardio equipment at home, set it up in front of your flat screen. Do that because, of course, it's a 60-minute game. That takes 3.5 hours. That's like watching 2 entire movies in a row, which is a long time to be sitting. So you shouldn't. So if you can get up and be active during at least a good chunk of the game, go for it. And then remember, it's play, timeout, play, move the chains, talk about it, think about it, whatever. There's all these gaps between actual play. Maybe you take some of those gaps to get on the ground and do push-ups or crunches. Maybe you're trying to be built a little more like Jalen Hurts. Like, who doesn't want to be built like that guy, right? Let's find out what his beauty routine is too and follow suit, because there's some really hunky football players. Ladies, if you're listening and you're not into football, or even guys, if you're not listening, you're not paying attention. You're really missing out because there's a lot of spectacular beauty on the football field. There's a lot of athleticism. and fitness. And I'm going to say it. I appreciate the way the gentlemen look in their tight pants and little outfits. And then some of them are really pretty in the face too. So there's a lot of enjoyment to be had. If you're not already into football, perhaps you should be. But yeah, so you're going to watch it on the treadmill. If you're at home or your stationary bike, you're going to do some crunches and push-ups and lunges between plays. You're going to throw the ball during halftime. That's right. You can turn it on the radio and listen to the commentators say what they got to say while you're throwing the ball. But that's your at-home tactic. Now, if you're going to go watch it at the stadium, what I recommend is, unless you're big time fancy pants, parking right up at the front door of the stadium, either park at the back of the lot or park in a adjacent lot where you have to walk. Don't take the shuttle. Right. So the other day when I was at a Gator football game, the first of the year, where we demolished this poor little New York team 55-0, bless their soul, they walked home with millions of dollars in their pocket. So I'm sure they enjoyed the experience. But anywho, I think I walked at least a mile going to and from my car, which was a great start. So you can be active. You can also be the fan that chooses to sit in the standing section instead of the sitting section. I promise you, if you were on your feet watching the football game in the stadium, you were burning way more calories than the slackers sitting in the cushy seats somewhere. So up on your feet when your team catches the ball or runs for a first down or scores a touchdown. Maybe you jump up and down. Maybe you're the most enthusiastic fan, right? That's going to get your heart rate up. You're going to burn some extra calories. So there's a lot of things you can do right there in the stadium to be more fit like your favorite athletes. And then here comes the big deal. I mean, the fitness part is definitely the big deal. But, the thing that's associated with watching football is ingesting garbage and just ingesting terrible amounts of alcohol and football food, tailgate food. All right, well, up the ante with that. If you drink beer, maybe switch to light beer. Or you could alternate light beer, water, or maybe it's a regular beer and water, but you don't have to drink just all the beer all day, because if you're there tailgating for 6 hours, I don't know. I think 12 beers is too much. I'm just going to say it right now. Say it loud and proud. 12 beers is too much. So alternating beer, water can go a long way. Or you could be the sober guy. You could be the designated driver. You could just be the guy who's not, or the gal who's not drinking all the alcohol or any of the alcohol. If you stick with water or even diet soda or low-cal lemonade or something, fine. You can still have a lot of fun at a football event without drinking alcohol. And then when it comes to food, just make better choices like you would in any other occasion. Hot dogs, yeah. Maybe you're going to bring grilled chicken to the tailgate. Maybe you're going to bring shrimp or lobster. People like lobster tailgate. I don't know if you know this, but it's a thing and people really enjoy it. There could be, brace yourself, a veggie platter or fruit at your tailgate. I promise you. There could be beans. There could be, here's the thing. You like nachos? I also like nachos, but I don't make them the fried yucky way. I get baked chips and then I cover them with beans and tomatoes and peppers, and lots of people like onions. All of those things are good for you if you add it with the baked chips. And then you could put a little bit of cheese on it. You could add salsa, super healthy. Guacamole, super healthy. So nachos themselves can be really healthy if you skip the fried chips and too much cheese and too much sour cream, etc. So make the things you like in a wiser way. Chicken wings, fried chicken wings, maybe you switch that to grilled chicken slices with wing sauce, or you do cauliflower with wing sauce. I mean, you could just go in a variety of much healthier ways than the traditional. So stick with tradition, love your football, love your tailgate. When you're at the stadium, maybe take it down a notch. Maybe you drink water instead of beer. Maybe you find whatever the healthiest option at the concession stand is. Just don't overindulge and try to be more like those athletes, because I tell you, some of the best bodies in the world are on the football field. The healthiest, the sexiest, the strongest, the most limber and athletic. And you see these dudes catching a ball and doing a cartwheel over the other guy. Wow. Be more like that guy. That's where I'm going with this. Football should make you fitter, not fatter. Poke over, because I like to keep it short. I love you so much. Go team. That's right. Go everybody. Get your favorite jersey on. Sport it all season. And I hope all of your teams win. If you haven't done so yet, follow the Fitzness Show wherever you listen to podcasts. And you'll get notifications when I show up and I have something to say. Share this episode with a football loving friend. I love you. Get to work. Mwah.
Are you looking for the perfect gift for a loved one battling cancer? The Cancer Comeback Series by Fitz Kohler offers hope, inspiration, and practical guidance. With Your Healthy Cancer Comeback, My Noisy Cancer Comeback, and The Healthy Cancer Comeback Journal. These books are a lifeline for all patients and survivors. Right now, you can order autographed copies at a special discount. Show your support and help a loved one go from sick to strong. Visit fitzness.com today. That's FITZNESS.com. Fitzness.com.